everyone, my name is Lindsay and welcome to Catholic Home Life. I've been gone for a few weeks and I'm so glad to be finally back here filming videos for you. Like I said in all my previous videos, we were in the process of moving, so I had to take a little bit of time off to really focus on moving my family, and now we are finally in our new home and we love it so much. It's like a dream home for us, so we're really excited to be here. And it took a lot out of me to move, and we're finally just getting out of all the boxes and everything. There's still lots of boxes all around, but it's getting better. And then I actually had to be gone an additional week because we went on a trip with our friends to go cabin camping, and that was a lot of fun, but I wasn't able to do any videos during that time too. So now I'm finally back. And this video is going to be a catch-up video because I don't want to leave you hanging on all those chapters that I missed for the summer book club that I've been doing. So I wanted to just do a recap that's really quick of those 6 chapters that I missed. And then next Monday, I will get right back into the book club with all the other YouTubers that have been doing it this summer. And I will have the channels linked down below to all the YouTubers who are participating in this book club. I won't have all the videos that they did during the weeks that I was gone, but I'll just have their channels listed because that will be a lot of links to put down there for you. So I'll have their channels listed below. As you probably know, this is the book that we're doing this summer, the Handbook for Catholic Moms by Lisa Hendy. And while I was gone, I missed 6 chapters. Like I said, the first one was chapter 10, and that was all about finances for your family. Now what I'm gonna do is just like 1 point from each chapter, 1 or 2 points, and just to kind of summarize any input that I have on those chapters. So this one was all about financing, and for us, when we first got married, we did have some debt. We had some credit card debt, we had some student loans, but we worked really hard to get out of debt. And after I think it was about 2 years of marriage, we were able to pay off my student loans that I had and also the credit cards and all the debts that we had. So we are now debt free, and we used the Dave Ramsey plan. And we have a mortgage, of course, but when we buy cars, we save up and we pay cash for things like that. So our only debt that we have personally is our mortgage for our house. But for the rest, we just try to live within the means that God has given us. And that has just really helped us to appreciate everything as a gift from God, and that we're not borrowing money and having to pay interest on things. So if you're looking for something like that, if you want to get your finances under control, I really recommend Dave Ramsey. I also really like Jordan Page from Fun, Cheap, or Free. She has a YouTube channel where she has tons of advice. She also has a program that she developed called Budget Bootcamp, and we have done Budget Bootcamp. We're kind of halfway through the bootcamp. And we really like it. She's just really fun and has tons of good advice. So anyway, that's kind of our financial story within our marriage. So I did have one piece of advice that was really helpful to our marriage. And just to give you background, I am a stay-at-home mom and I homeschool, so I do a lot of the household things. And my husband, he's the breadwinner, and he's out bringing home the money that we use as a family to run our household. And when we were first married, and for probably the first 5 years of our marriage, I always felt guilty spending money on myself because I had this feeling that the money was his earnings and that it wasn't my right to spend any of it on myself. So that just brought tension between us, and I felt like I always had to ask permission from him to spend any money on myself. The solution that we came after about 5 to 6 years of having this tension for me is we decided to give ourselves an allowance, basically. And you can do whatever you can afford for this allowance. It could be $15 a month, it could be $20 a month, it could be $100 a month or $200 a month. Whatever it is, you decide on it with your spouse, and then that money every month is your money to spend, and you don't need to ask permission of each other. And we have the same amount, so he has the same amount and I have the same amount, every month that we are allowed to spend on ourselves without having to ask permission. And if anything exceeds that amount, then we would come to each other and ask permission. And this has just worked out really well for us. If there's a bigger item that we really want, then we will save up our money over several months to earn enough that we can spend it. I think it's good because it's not an immediate gratification. We're working and saving within our own personal budget to have enough money to buy the things that we want. We're also showing our children that sometimes adults, we have to save for things too that we want. This has worked really, really well for us, and I just wanted to offer it as a suggestion to you in case that's a tension within your own marriage as well. The next chapter was chapter 11, and that was all about weaving your way through the web. So it was kind of an internet theme. And obviously, I really like the internet. I think it's such an amazing time that we live in where we can be connected with so many people. And that being said, and she talked about this in the chapter, the author did, I have had a struggle with spending too much time on my phone and on the computer and neglecting my household duties. And I actually have a video all about my phone addiction and how I've tried to work on that and overcome that, and it really, really has helped. I will have the video linked up in the cards where I talk all about that. So that was chapter 11. So chapter 12 was all about cultivating creativity, and there was a line in here that I really liked. It said, taking time to explore our interests sends our children the message that they should do the same. I think it's so important to have hobbies and interests and passions, and it's important to share that with your family and to do those passions right in front of your children. I actually just finished reading Jennifer Fulwiler's new book called One Beautiful Dream, and I'm gonna do another video all about it because it was so good and I really, really recommend it. But that book was really about this chapter, about really cultivating your passions with the life that God gives you. Like, you might have passions and creativity, and then you have children and you feel like you have to put that on hold or shove that to the side, but you don't. You might have to adjust and change it a little bit. Like if you're a singer, you might have to do it in a different way if you have children. But I think it's so important to keep those things going because that will make you feel fulfilled. And when you feel fulfilled as a mom, you will be a better mom. So my interests are music, and I like singing. I like teaching. I've said before in other videos, I was a teacher, and I'm actually really excited because in our homeschool community, we are starting up a co-op, and I'm going to be one of the tutors, which is the title. It's basically a teacher, and I'll be teaching 4th, 5th, and 6th graders. I'll be like the homeroom teacher. I'll tell you more about the co-op in another video, but I'm just so excited to have that outlet where I will be lesson planning and doing fun things with a small class. I'm really excited about that. This probably sounds weird to a lot of people, but another thing that I like to do is clean and organize. And it is being creative because I love creating a space that's calming, and I always feel so good about myself after I've cleaned. I don't like love cleaning, but I love being in a clean place, if that makes sense. Cleaning and organizing sounds weird, but I really do enjoy doing that. And then of course, another creative outlet that I have is this YouTube channel, and I really enjoy doing that. So that's another way that I try to incorporate creativity in my daily life as a mother and a wife. Chapter 13 was all about fitness. And I've got to say, this is an area in my life that is very lacking right now. And actually, when we were doing a tour of this house when it was for sale, the previous owners had a room upstairs that was their exercise room, and they had like the padding on the floor and the wall is all mirrors, and they had a treadmill in there and a TV, and we were like, this is awesome. It's like a home gym. So I'm really excited to make that room a gym for us. And then I'll be able to exercise while my kids, it's right off a playroom, so I'll be able to exercise while my kids are playing, or I can get up early and do it. I just think it'll be a great chance for me to have the ability to do that within my home. As a homeschooling mom, I also want to help my children form healthy habits. So hopefully after things settle down here, I can help my children have an exercise plan too, and we can exercise together kind of as a PE for homeschooling. So if fitness is something that interests you, let me know in the comments down below, and I could do more videos on how we are incorporating fitness into our homeschool. The 14th chapter is all about food and healthy eating, and I really do try to eat healthy. I make a lot of our food from scratch. And in the chapter, she highlights menu planning and kind of explains that. And I actually have a menu planning system that I do that I kind of created, but it's menu planning for the whole year. And so in January, I menu plan for the whole entire year. It's kind of a loop system, but it also has variety in it. So if that is something that you are interested in, let me know in the comments down below if you're interested in me doing a video on how I menu plan for the whole year. I'd be really happy to share that information with you. The other thing with this chapter about food that just stood out to me is emotional eating, and that's a problem that I have as a mom. I don't know if it's a mom thing, but I feel like when my kids are fighting or I'm having a bad day, I'm like, I just need a piece of chocolate, and I've got like a chocolate stash. And yeah, so if that's something that you do, just know that you're not alone. I'm there hiding in the closet eating chocolate too. But I also see it as a weakness and something that I want to work on, not running to the chocolate every time I'm feeling bad or I'm frustrated. And it's something that I'm hoping to work on to establish better responses to stress. And something to go along with that I've realized is I am the person who grocery shops for our family. So I'm pretty much on the front line of what comes into our house for food. And that's a really important job, and it just shows me that if I'm having this problem with chocolate, I need to be better about not buying it, because if I don't buy it, I can't eat it. It's not available to me. And it's just a practice of self-control and willpower, and something that I need to work on. All right, so that was chapter 14. And I think that actually catches me up. I was thinking I was behind by 6 videos, but I think it's actually only 5. So now I'm all caught up with the rest of the channels who are participating in the book club. And next Monday, I will jump right back in with chapter 15. I've really missed making videos for you, and I hope you're all doing well. Please let me know how you're doing in the comments below. And I hope you have a great weekend. I will talk to you on Monday. God bless you. Bye.